I think the next presentation is very interesting. Suppose Dr. BNR Subudhi says that ACIOL is the option nowadays. Praveen Subudhi will definitely say, no, 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 it is not at all the option. But the next generation, Dr. Praveen Subudhi is saying that are ACIOLs relevant today? So that is quite interesting to hear from Dr. Praveen. Dr. Praveen, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Just a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. You're audible.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Amulya sir, for giving me this opportunity on speaking about ACIOLs in today's world about scleral fixated IOLs and iris fixated IOLs. ACIOLs are relevant. Yes, I would say it's very relevant. Very, very important, because you need to know all the techniques so that whenever one technique fails, you can go for the other technique. ACIOLs offers a very important alternative technique for lens placement in cases of inadequate capsular support. Because the haptics of ACIOLs need not be anchored to any need not be anchored to the iris or the sclera. Just you need to place the interchamber angle. It is implanted. It makes the implantation very faster and easier. And correct size of ACIOL implantation is very, very important. If it is very small, there will be instability of the ACIOL, leading to unwanted mobility, which can lead to endothelial damage and corneal edema. And if it is very large, it may cause damage to the angle, peripheral enterosynechia, inflammation, and hyphema. ACIOL implantation. This is the video. 6 mm sclerocorneal incision was constructed with help of crescent. A side port was made. Intracameral lignocaine was injected, followed by injection of the viscoelastic. AC entry was done with the help of 2.8 mm keratome. 360 degrees zonular dehiscence was witnessed. Hence, the whole lens with the capsular bag was explanted out with the help of irrigating vectis. Underlying vitreous was cut with the help of Vanna seizure. The same Vanna seizure was used to cut the anterior vitreous and push the vitreous back into the vitreous cavity. The vitreous was seen along the side port and it was cut with the help of Vanna seizure. Intracameral pilocarpine was injected to constrict the pupil. Automated vitrectomy was done. A superior peripheral iridotomy was constructed to prevent any form of pupillary glaucoma in the post-operative period. ACIOL with the open loop was inserted into the anterior chamber with the leading haptic reaching up to the inferior limbus, followed by, with the help of Sinskey hook, it is rotated along the horizontal meridian. Viscoelastics were removed with the help of irrigating fluid. Intracameral tricot was injected to see any residual vitreous, followed by wash of the steroid tricot with the help of irrigating fluid. Finally, antechamber was formed with the help of balanced salt solution. And so this is the post-op picture. Patient is having a visual acuity of 6/9, best corrected visual acuity. So if you have an optical biometry, well and good to calculate the ACIOL power. If you don't have it, and if you have an ultrasonic biometry, you just calculate the in-bag IOL power and decrease it by 2 diopters if you want to implant, to get the correct post-operative refraction. The necessary measurements are the Y to Y diameter and scleral spur to scleral spur distance. If you have an OCT, that would be very good. These are the 2 studies I would be highlighting here. This is a very important study which got published in AJO. If you could see here, the conclusion of the study and the follow-up of this study was 64 months, the mean follow-up, that is 5 years. And they showed that the primary ACIOL implantation is, the outcomes are similar to secondary scleral fixated IOL implantation. Another article which was published in Ophthalmology, they also showed, in fact, they showed that the primary implantation of open loop ACIOLs during cataract surgery is better than SFIOL implantation. And similar, lot of studies have published that the results are equivalent and are not statistically significant compared to iris fixated or a scleral fixated IOL. So I would like to end this presentation by saying, never underrate this technique. Meticulously perform the results. If you meticulously perform the procedure, you get very good results. Don't dismiss this procedure as an inferior to scleral fixated IOL. So thank you for the kind attention.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. I had a few questions in my mind, but I think last 2-3 slides you have explained those things, like Yamane technique, glued IOL and secondary IOL fixation and sutures, everything. Probably those are the options people are keeping in their minds nowadays. And I don't think anybody thinks about AC IOL, if I am not wrong. But then your thought definitely must be shared by all the consultants and surgeons here. At the end, suppose there is some time left, we'll be discussing on that. Thank you.